Now, anywho, allow me to tell you the tale of Custodian.
Oh lord.
Custodian?
Mother, are you
That-
shooting at me?
That is
Stop
the pirate's name, Custodian. I are doing Stars of a Thief, which has you sail all over the place to essentially dig up gems and otherwise be completely and utterly bored. At one island, I come back to our boat to see Razzie standing on the back,
I'm eating lunch too,
but I
chat.
hear music being played from the underdeck of our sloop, and something is cooking. So I thought it was a glitch at first. Maybe his character was glitched up here and he was down there. But then his character turns to look at me. So then clearly it's not him. And I go downstairs and lo and behold, there's some random chilling, cooking a piece of shark, playing music. And I'm just so bewildered. I just kind of pull out my concertina and I join him. Right?
I mean, he's making you food. It's the polite thing to do.
Well, yeah, it's like, he's not hurting anybody, so, like, fuck, I'm not gonna shoot him.
I would have shot
So
him.
anyways, well, as it turns out, his sloop partner logs a little
Not yet,
while ago.
Kinnix.
His sloop was tucked behind a rock right beside the active fort, where
It's 1 to 3
a
business
team he
days.
had been skirmishing with on and off for the last hour was currently residing. As it turns out, it was a night of heavy drinking for this individual, but they seemed merry enough. So we decided to pull a fast one on the brig. What if we had rolled up to the brig, and rather than having 2 people to fight, we sneak on a third? And so sure enough, we decide to once again abandon our tall tale and sail off towards this brig. We end up crashing into the brig as they try to do an anchor turn, which just like slams them into the side of our ship. 3 of us jump off, and a very confused brigantine, after having killed 2 of us, and then all of a sudden somebody blunders them. One of them exclaimed, "How many goddamn people are on this brig?" Or this sloop? Unfortunately,
it's the clown sloop.
Well, that's the reference we'd made, right? But unfortunately, Custodian ends up dying. But we knew where his sloop was, so after about 5 more minutes of fighting, we end up getting both their masts down, but their double cannons end up sinking us. We respawn about 2 islands away, and we decide, you know what? Let's just go do our tall tale. As we're sailing by, we hear distant cannon fire and see a sloop going at it with a brig, and the sloop is winning.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, in our completely ADHD mentality, we decide to turn this bitch right the fuck around and sail to go join the sloop. Now, here's where it gets absolutely hilarious, is when we turn, right, we obviously keep tabs on the progress of the fight. Every couple minutes, the brig would get its mast back up, only for the sloop to fire once, and we'd see the mast tip over. This happened about 3 or 4 times until we actually arrived. So as it turns out, a very intoxicated Custodian was completely laying into this brig, so much so that not only had he ignited the entire upper deck of the brig and dropped the main mast, but this cheeky bugger, in between killing all 3 of their respawning crew members, was also in the process of using their only storage.
Nucky, how are you doing, man?
Everything
Happy
they
Sunday.
had.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So we show up, and of course, the enemy puts up no resistance as there's nobody on the cannons to resist.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so we sink them with ease. I mean, they were pretty much underwater by the time we got there. We were more, I don't know, we were the cherry on top. Apparently Custodian's a fucking baking sugar or something. Dude didn't need us. We're in the process of doing our normal survivor check, watching for late spawns, and I see a swimmer carrying a storage chest. And as they hit the ladder, it's fucking Custodian.
He's immortal.
So, the dude slaps down this chest. Of course, meanwhile, while he was on the brig, at some point his sloop had caught fire, but he kind of just let us know that he really didn't care because he now intended to hop off. So we just kind of watched his sloop sail off into the distance, burning. And of course, upon inspection, the dude had over 200 wooden planks, just under 200 cannonballs, and 93 pieces of food. Keeping in mind that most of those he would have had to transfer 5 at a time, while also trying to avoid the murderous wrath of the entire brigantine crew and somehow put this thing underwater.
This man is a god among men at this point. That's all I can say.